Hello everybody, it is Sunday the 15th of May. It is getting quite late here now, so I hope I still get this uploaded tonight because I want to talk about something else tomorrow or something following on from this. I've actually spent all day today writing a letter, and since my laptop will not connect to my printer, I had to write the whole thing out by hand, which took me quite a long time. Anyway, so what happened is I'm reading The God Code by Greg Braden, and there were passages a chapter in there about Kabbalah and Jewish mysticism. So, and then when I read those things and then combined with what I've been talking about before, about the tree of life, and I suddenly, another light bulb went up, which sent me today writing this letter. So I'm not telling you who I'm writing to, just somebody who's got a lot more clout than me, which is not much of a clue. That's just about anybody, everybody. So, but I really wish somebody with a bit more clout would run with this, or at least think about this, or at least include it was into what is being said, the conversation that is going on. Anyway, so instead of telling you now all the things, I'm just going to read the letter to you. So I'm going to leave out the start, introductions and stuff like that. So I start here. I have continued my search for truth, and I have just had what might be an epiphany. As my situation regarding my YouTube channel has not changed, I'm still managing to get an average of 10 videos. I'm trying this way again to find someone who will hear me, or at least consider what it is I'm seeing. And then, hold on. Right. I cannot list the complete trail of thought that got me here. I've been grazing in the garden of knowledge, Bible, Kabbalah, Steiner, Greg Braden, and others. I believe that at this moment our combined consciousness is trying to tell us something, and if terms like divide and conquer suddenly start making their rounds, it is our combined consciousness that is trying to send us a message. I've also recently realized that to find the meaning of those messages, we should not look at this world, although it is creating reality, but we must look inside of ourselves because we are the creators of this reality. So divide and conquer is something that is happening inside of ourselves. Now, I believe that we are interacting with this matrix. We are combining the energy of our thoughts and emotions to create a combined energy that is great enough to leave our body to interact with the field. Now to what I saw. Now the first glimpse of what they are doing came when I read Rudolf Steiner's description of what they are doing in secret societies. They ask the initiate a question and have them work with symbols. I realized that we have emotional reactions to shapes and colors. So there you have a thought combined with an emotion to bring an answer out of the field. An interesting fact I found during that time is concerning the letters of the Hebrew alphabet. The Jews say that the letters create or draw out the light, meaning they create an emotion inside of you and draw it out. During their exile in Babylon, the letters of written Hebrew changed from a natural flowing form to the more rigid and mechanical looking form that they are today. The next step leading to my epiphany came a few days ago when I realized what the Kabbalistic tree of life is showing us. It shows our left and right hand side, thought and emotion, how they interact with each other, how they give and receive from each other, how thoughts develop into intentions, and how you combine all it all in the foundation, your suit. The foundation you have created in your suit is your energy self. The energy that will interact with the field and materialize things here. So bringing heaven to earth. Now the last piece of the puzzle I saw only yesterday, so that's what happened yesterday. I'm reading Greg Braden's book, The God Code. I want to quote a couple of things here that are talking about the Sefer Yetzirah, the book of formation. So, and here goes. So those are the quotes, first of all. With unparalleled detail, this concise text of only about 1,500 lines offers a vivid description of events leading up to and including the birth of the cosmos and ultimately ourselves. So the second quote, with a level of detail unparalleled in other creation stories, the Sefer Yetzirah offers precise instructions as to how the 22 letters interact with one another to create the stuff that our world is made of. Yeah. Third quote, and this is mid-quote, so is supported by the earliest Talmudic traditions, which indicate that it could be used to create a living creature. The creation and destruction of such a creature, called a golem, was said to demonstrate the highest level of mastery in Hebrew mysteries. So those were the three quotes that really got me going. So now when the text speaks about creating a living creature, most would think something outside of themselves, whereas I believe it is talking about an energy being inside of yourself. Creating again the energetic foundation, Yesod, in the tree of life. So if a person is working with these texts, the golem they are creating is their energy self. I believe you can see this more readily as a Gentile because you are only affected by one half of the process. So if you read or hear about it in translation, you are getting a baptism of fire / thought, but you are not reborn through water / emotional energy. As a Hebrew speaker or reader, you could get immersed into the emotional dimension courtesy of the Hebrew letters. I think that the way these old books and Gospels seem to have resurfaced suddenly and in a relatively short period of time is in fact the answer to our questions, the desire to know the answer to our prayers. Our question of who we are, how did we come into being, who created us, what created us, sent out, and these questions sent out on a desire to know the answers. So that was our prayer. And I think the occurrence of these texts are actually the answer to our prayer. So, but these texts are a part of the answer, but we must understand them correctly. It is not that the texts contain the knowledge of our creation. They are how we are being created. They are the very tool with which our energy self is being created. So people that are looking for answers about our creation enter into the process of creating themselves through reading those texts. And people that are studying these Gospels to find answers are falling under the God spell that will change them. So the texts are actually what is changing you. It's the knowledge of how we were created is not in the written text, but it is the text that is creating you. It is changing your energies, especially if you read it in Hebrew. So, my last thought on this is that during the pandemic, something was brought into the awareness of our consciousness. We have become aware of the use of applied psychology. I think that is what we are looking at, an extremely ancient and very precise form of applied psychology, designed not only to change and control us on a behavioral level, but on the level of the very energies that create a human being. So I'm saying that right now I'm not sure what to do with this understanding. This is not my knowledge. And I am sure I was guided by and given to by the field, by Source. And I believe Source to be open source. So I claim no ownership. And I'm just saying I might make a video, well, I am making a video now, on my channel, but although I believe this to be the field of all possibilities, my belief in miracles might be a bit shaky. The most likely outcome to me is that these thoughts will drown in a sea of thoughts if I put them on my channel. So, but I'm leaving this for your consideration, talking to the person I'm speaking to here. Left some contact details. Will create an action tomorrow when I post this letter. See if I will get a reaction. If this will create any movement, I don't know. But as I said, something needs to shift. And again, with what I saw here, that the texts are actually the tools that are creating. They are not describing how to create, they are creating. And we are going forward looking for answers, not knowing what we're doing, not knowing what we're looking at. Yeah, and we'll go belly up at this rate. So, well, as I said, I will post it tomorrow, and I will see if anything comes of it. And again, this is, of course, again, looking at the wrong way of doing things. Oh, the envelope. Right. Looking at the wrong way of doing things, and tomorrow I want to look at the right way of doing things, because although this is, again, using the knowledge in the wrong way, the knowledge itself is not wrong. You know, it's good and evil is not in the knowledge, it is in the way that you use it. And we must use it correctly. And I want to talk tomorrow about the difference about dead waters and living waters. Yeah? But I'll talk about it tomorrow, and I see you then. Bye.